Morning, folks. 2 weeks to go. Welcome to the penultimate video prior to walking the Camino. Now, legend says miracles happen on the Camino. But is it a miracle? Or is it mere coincidences? Flies. I don't want to talk about miracles in a religious way, like bleeding Jesus statues or the apparition of Mary, whatever. No. I want to talk about real life miracles. What is a miracle? If you look up the definition, it's something unusual that happens and cannot be explained by logic or common sense. That's it. Now, the problem with coincidences on the Camino is that those coincidences happen in such a high frequency that you got only two choices. Either you stop believing in coincidences and take it as it is, or you start believing in miracles. Anyway, doesn't change anything. Or maybe it's just fate. It's real life. Maybe those kind of miracles happen all the time, but we are just too distracted, too busy with our life that we just don't notice them anymore. On the Camino, you're not distracted by anything. You just walk, eat, sleep, repeat, and your mind is open. Now I want to tell you two stories, two occurrences while walking the Camino. One short one, one longer one. Let's start with a short one. Now, we were walking in a group of 4, and I don't know exactly where it was. Has to be somewhere in the Mesetas, because we've been walking for hours without any pilgrims behind us, no pilgrims ahead us, and we haven't seen a Camino marker for hours, and it's quite unusual. In general, Camino is quite busy, and that you don't see anyone at all doesn't happen very often, and we made each other nervous a little with oh, you're sure we are right? That can't be right. We must have missed something. Now, the problem when you're walking the Camino and you're not alone, you talk to each other, happens very often that you miss a stone. So it could be possible. Anyway, there was no crossing, no nothing. It was just plain, flat, straight path. So we had to go on. Now, there was a butterfly flying ahead of us, let's say 5 meters. Sat down on the way, and when we approached, he flew up again, another 5 meters, sat down again, waited for our approach, and so on and so on. And this lasted for about 5 minutes. And then the last time we approached, the butterfly flew up, flew to the side, sat down on the stone, and after grass and bushes and stuff like that, we saw there was a Camino marker. Coincidence? Probably. Now, the next story is a little longer. Stay with me, it's interesting. Now, we were walking in a group of 4, and it was me, guy from Italy, woman from Australia and a young girl from Korea, which is quite unusual because Koreans normally either they walk alone or they walk in a group with other Koreans. In general, they don't stick with other nations. Anyway, it's another story. And yeah, we grew together, let's say, like a family, because when you walk the Camino and you walk with someone 24/7, stay at the same albergue, eat with them, do everything together. It is, there's only two options. Either you don't like each other, or you build a real intense relationship, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. That's the Camino. And we met under the most random and coincidental circumstances ever. It's strange. Anyway, was around Astorga. We were at the albergue and we met a young woman from Italy. She was walking alone this time, and was the time shortly after Denis Thiem disappeared. The American pilgrim who was found murdered some month later. And it was kind of a tense situation. It was a strange vibe in the air. And on the TV and on the radio they said, don't walk alone, and support the pilgrims and stuff like that. Now, we talked to this Italian pilgrim and took some time, but we convinced her to join our family. So now we were a family of 5. It was nice, because I told you, when you're 24/7 with somebody, something happens. You share thoughts and feelings that you wouldn't even tell your mother. That's the Camino. Anyway, after about a week, we went to Ocebrero. I hate Ocebrero, I told you before. And while climbing up the hill, I don't know, I got a strange feeling. I wore a necklace with the Archangel Michael, blessed by an Orthodox priest in Ukraine. Was nice. And I don't know, as I climbed up the mountain or the hill, I got the feeling I have to give this necklace to somebody special. I don't know why, I don't know who. I just had the feeling it has to be done. So when we arrived at the top, I went to the souvenir shop and bought a silver necklace. Now we arrived at the albergue, sat for dinner. After that, sat outside for some drinks. And then the Italian woman, I don't want to tell you her name, said, tomorrow I will leave you. I will meet some friends, and at Trier Castella I want to go to Samos. And that was the moment when I knew I want to give my Archangel Michael to her. Now anyway, I'm not the guy for emotional moments, but doesn't matter. I gave her the chain, and I said to her something like, may God send out all his angels to protect you on your way, wherever you might go. It was a very emotional moment, and was a very emotional evening, and we had a lot of drinks. I think everybody was drunk. Anyway, She said we will stay in contact and we will meet again latest in Santiago, and we have a big reunion and we'll have an awesome party. So, it's okay. What can I say? During next days, she didn't contact us. We couldn't make any contact to her. I don't know. We were all a little disappointed. But that's life. You win and you lose. After, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, we sat at a bar, had a break, and I went to the bathroom. Was quite busy with a lot of people. And after I finished my business, I opened the door and I ran into this Italian lady. Coincidence? I don't know. She was a big hello for everybody. You know, we were all very happy. She as well. Her as well? I don't know. And she said she had some problems with her mobile connection, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, we sat some hours together and then she continued walking with her friends and she said, we'll meet in Santiago and I will contact you. Yeah. Okay. No contact at all. We didn't meet her at Santiago. And yeah, we had a big party. The party was that big. I remember only half of it. But anyway, was big fun. Now, next day, the Italian guy wanted to walk to Fistera. He already left us. And yeah, the Australian lady and the Korean girl, they wanted to leave the next day to Paris. And I wanted to stay another day at Santiago. So it was our last day together. And that was around midnight, I don't know. We said, okay, let's grab a glass of wine. Let's get in front of the door at the hotel and have a last cigarette together, have a little talk before we go to bed. We were there for, I don't know, quite a long time. And yeah, nobody wanted to go to his room because that would mean Camino is over. And anyway, it was long after midnight. Suddenly, round the corner, comes the Italian lady. Coincidence? I don't know. No, as usual. Hugs, kisses, all this stuff. And yeah, she explained why she couldn't make any contact. Anyway, and she said that's quite funny. She has been to the station, to the train station to say her friends goodbye. And then she wanted to go back to her hotel. And she didn't want to walk this way at all. She missed her track somewhere, she got lost, and then she walked exactly this way to our hotel by coincidence. Now this is the end of the story. But anyway, with this 4 guys, so our group of 5, we are still close friends and we are still in contact. I can tell you many stories like that. I don't have the time. Now, if you want to call these occurrences miracles, coincidences, or life, doesn't matter. I think this happens all the time. And it happens in your real life as well. Just have to be open. And now, this is my final advice for you. Walk the Camino like a child. Maybe like a toddler who is visiting the zoo for the very first time and didn't know that there are different animals as only dogs or cats. Walk the Camino without any expectations, without any questions, nothing at all, with a naked mind, a naked soul, and let the Camino happen. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for everybody. You know, on my first Camino I met two German guys, walked together, two German friends, and they were complaining from the very first beginning. Complaining about the weather, about the food, the language, too many people. You know, we Germans, we are world champions in complaining. I saw them again, I don't know, was Burgos? But I saw them from behind and I didn't want to say hello. I met them again at Santiago and yeah, they were still complaining. It's amazing. I'm quite sure that the Camino didn't happen to them. And I feel sorry for them. Anyway, don't think, don't doubt. Let the Camino do its work. Next week, I'll pack my bag with you. And the following week, I'm at Porto. This being said, stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. Buen Camino.